If you want to have a good Etsy advertisement strategy, I'm going to explain why I designed this specific dog collar that allows me to win in Etsy advertisement. Etsy advertisement is much different than any other platform, including Amazon Handmade. Now, I just posted a video this morning talking about Amazon Handmade's ad strategy, and there's a big distinction between those two platforms. Now, understanding the distinct differences between Etsy and Amazon will actually give you the edge in selling on Etsy. And in fact, when you run advertisement, you can actually create advertise-friendly listings. And I'm going to explain exactly why this specific design is designed with advertisement in mind on the Etsy platform. Now, before we talk about the differences of Etsy, we want to talk about where Etsy used to be. Etsy used to be where there was a bidding system, a way to put more money to one listing to give it the better edge. For example, back in the day, you used to be able to put $100 on advertisement budget for one listing, and you'll see the next day that listing would just shoot to the top and you can actually start growing much, much quicker. Now, Etsy removed that feature and only allows for automatic advertising. Now, Amazon did not remove that feature. Amazon still has the bidding system. Why is that? Now, before I continue talking about that, if you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe because this is where I talk about how to grow your handmade business, whether you're selling on Etsy or Amazon. Now, if you don't have equipment or you don't have the skills of making products, check out the link in the description below. There's a free training on how to get onboarded with a company that can produce your product for you and have a print-on-demand relationship selling Etsy native products that is not found on Printify or Printful. Now, let's begin by talking about why Etsy removed that feature. Now, you might think a very positive thought where Etsy removed that feature because people with lots of money are not the only ones that should win on the platform, and that Etsy gives everyone an equal shot and opportunity. That would be great, but that's not the reason why they decided to remove that feature. The reason why Etsy removed that is because Etsy wants to put more emphasis on creative and design products, and it wants the creativity be the main reason why something ranks better than the other. And it doesn't want factors like money to interfere with that because Etsy's whole goal is to bring a unique product to the customer. And that's why customers come to Etsy. If you don't have control over your actual advertisement on how much you want to spend for each listing, you do still have control of your advertisement, just not in the actual advertisement itself, but you have the control in the design of the product. And that's where Etsy gives you the most control. The reason why Amazon has not removed that feature is because Amazon has so many people, so many sellers that it can actually afford to say whoever has more money will win. But not only that, if you have money, but you also have creativity, you will be the one that will win all over the Amazon platform. And there's so much people that there's quite a bit of people that both have money and creativity. With Etsy recognizes that it's average day people that might only have creativity, and let that be the factor that allows other customers to find your product. So let's talk about design. And I've said this many times on previous videos, and I want to mention that in this video, and if you've been subscribed to this channel, hopefully you see that you hear this from different angles so that you truly understand the concept of how ranking on Etsy is so different than any other platform, because their fundamental thing that they want to do is creativity and make sure that your product is unique to the customer. So customers have a query. They put in information like P&W dog collar. Because I make dog collars, let's just talk about it that way. P&W dog collars has very specific design elements that need to be present in the product, such as mountains, trees, or anything that reminds the customer of P&W. Now, there are different kind of customers that live in different states, different country, or different areas of the United States, and to their perception, P&W might involve trees, and to some, it might involve mountains. And so you need to understand where your majority of your customer base is coming from so that you can design an appropriate design. Once your design matches to the query, what that's going to result is increased click-through rate. Etsy cares about click-through rate more than any other metrics. Customers vote with their clicks on what matches the query. Customers vote with their clicks what they're interested in. They might even favorite. And based on the click behavior, it will match up with a lookalike audience. So if another lookalike audience comes in with very similar clicks and very similar searches, then types in P&W dog collar, if your product had the highest click-through rate for the customer number one, Etsy will assume that customer number two would also appreciate this exact product. So when you're designing, make sure that you're including these features, including the design elements in the product so that you have the best chance to grow on the advertisement. And advertisement essentially splits your listing into two, so you have double the workforce on the algorithm. However, the advertised listing will have a boost and it will be searching for those clicks where it can get more momentum. So if you have a design that matches the query really well and you are very clickable on a high search keyword, you add advertisement to that, that's going to boost your ranking even further. So when you do your keyword research, really try to understand your customers. Design the product that matches that query to the actual customer. And when you design, make sure that those features are viewed at thumbnail. Remember, clicks are mostly done when the customer sees your thumbnail. It could be price and it could be fulfillment time, but mostly it's because of thumbnail. So understand why your product is requested. For example, a dog collar would need to have personalization. So it's really important that on the thumbnail, I don't just show the back of the design. I make sure that I put face the front of the collar with the personalization pretty big in the thumbnail. And also, if it's PNW, I want to make sure that mountains are present in the thumbnail. So you understanding why your customer came onto the platform will give you the ability to really formulate that listing so that when you do run advertisement, this is how you supercharge your advertised listing. If you want to know how to run advertisement on Amazon Handmade, make sure to check out this video because Prime Day is coming up. If you want to prepare your listings for that day, make sure to check out that video. Until next time, have a great one.